Hey guys, in this video we're going to learn how to find the slope of a line. We're going to do it two different ways. The most mathematical way is going to be using the slope formula, taking 2 points, any 2 points from our line, and plugging it into the slope formula. However, we have another very easy way that I'm going to show you, and that one is just called simply rise over run. All right, so let's jump into it. When looking at this first equation here, this line that's increasing, I know it's going up, we can find the slope one of two ways. I can take these 2 points that I've circled. That one there looks to be 0, -3. This one here is going to be 1, -1. And I can plug that into my slope formula. It doesn't matter which one we pick as x2, y2. And y1, x1 versus y1, oops, it should be y2. And then we have x1 and y1. So if I plug that into my slope formula, we're going to get -3. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. -3 plus 1 gives me -2. 0 minus 1 gives me -1. That gives me a positive 2. And my slope for that equation is positive 2. But another very easy way for us to find the slope here is just by simply doing rise over run. We count how many times, if I go from this point here to this point, we're going to count how many times we go up, and then we're going to count how many times we go over. So starting on this point, I go up 1, 2. So we went up 2, and we went over 1. And that is the same thing here. Rise over run or slope formula. Either one works fine. I'm going to do both for this video. So let's check out another one. Looking at this one we know is a decreasing function. It's going down. So I'm hoping that when I do my slope, I get a negative number. So let's pick 2 points. I'm going to pick this one here, and I'm going to pick this one here. So this point right here seems to be at 1, 1. This one seems to be at 2, -3. And so now let's find our slope. So we can do either the rise over run, or I can do my slope formula. We're going to do our slope formula. So we have y2. I'm just going to call this one y2, this one x2, this one x1, this one y1. So we have -3 minus 1 over 2 minus 1. Well, -3 minus 1 is going to change into -4. 2 minus 1 gives me 1, and I wind up with -4 as my slope. That is definitely what we were looking for. We were wanting a negative number, so that's easy. So now let's do our rise over run. Now in this case, I am going down, right? Yes, you could say, well, what if I counted up from this point to this point? Well, we always read a graph from left to right, so that's not actually how we're going to read that function. So I'm going to read from this point to this point, and I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I run 1 to get there. So I went down 4, so negative over 1, and we get the same thing. Unfortunately, I think that if you had done these 2 points, I don't think I counted well enough. It's 1, 2, 3. Hey, math teacher that can't count. How's that? But anyway, we're going to just focus on these 2 points for the sake of the example. My apologies on that one. Your answer is a slope of -4. So let's look at one more here. I've got 2 points again. This particular case, we have a negative function again. I'm looking for them to be decreasing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out where these points are. So this one is at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 0, 5. This one is at 1, 2, 3, 0. and I'm going to plug that into my slope formula. We'll call this x2, y2. This will be x1, y1. And here, we're just going to go ahead and plug it in. So I get y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. 0 minus 5 gives me negative 5. 3 minus 0 gives me 3. Negative slope, I'm happy. Let's check our rise over run. Again, we read a graph from left to right. I know that I'm going down, so my slope will be negative. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Negative 5 over 3. And that is my slope. Perfect. Now, I will just say this one real quick time. One of the biggest mistakes I see as a teacher is a lot of students will start on this point and they'll call that 1. We don't count 1 until we actually move. So you can't say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then say 6. That's not how that's going to work. We can only count a number when we physically move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Well, thanks for checking out the video. I hope this helped in finding the slope from a line. Check out my other videos for finding slope from a table and how to find slope of an ordered pair using the slope formula. Thanks for checking it out. I'll see you guys next time.